Wagwan masses, Dappa here, and welcome back to One Aim Sports. Today we're gonna do a list, to kind of get me back into the groove. Um, I'm a, I can't say I'm a historian, but I'm a little older, so I'm used to the days of when first 11s had their numbers from 1 to 11. So our list today is gonna take a look at the best players in the Premier League, numbered 1 through to 11. Now, as we go along, if you have other choices that you think would fit a little bit better, please drop them in the comment section below. Again, always like, comment, share the thing. Threads now, Twitter, IG, WhatsApp, wherever your friends then be, just share the content. Thanks in advance. But without further ado, I'm gonna start this list off. So as we know, players now are a little bit more unique. So they're not necessarily limited to holding the numbers that we expect. Perfect example, new keeper for my side, Man U, is 25 and half on them back. But for the keeper that has number 1, the choice was obvious. That's Alisson at Liverpool. Probably, well, not probably, one of the best keepers in the world. Surprised that he was left off the Ballon d'Or list for the Kepa Trophy or whatever it's called. But yeah, definitely that. Runners up, I would say, is Ramsdale at Arsenal and Emi Martinez over at Aston Villa. Can't stand both of them, but the choices were limited. Moving on now to the number 2. For that one, we had a pretty obvious choice as well. A little bit more contested than number 1, and that's William Saliba. To me, probably the finest young center back in the world right now. Runners up for that were Kyle Walker and Trippier. Now, as I said, it's a little bit closer. Definitely 2 quality players there, but Saliba takes it. He has the highest upside, and he's probably the best, one of the best defenders out of this mix that I'm going to go with right now. As for number 3, I thought it would be a little bit more contested, but it was clearly Ruben Diaz. And then for the backups, it was Henry, that plays for Brentford, and Mitchell, that plays for Crystal Palace. It's kind of scarce. I don't know if it's a number of players are afraid of. Looking at number 4, he's fallen off a bit, but almost while on Ballon d'Or, and that's Virgil van Dijk. The big Dutchman is clearly the best number 4 we have. For the runners-up, we had Benny Blanco and Sven Botman. They're just not at his level of performance and reputation, so move on from there. Number 5 was kind of surprising. I expected more players to be scattered over in terms of the quality, but not really. The choice there is John Stones. Had a phenomenal year last year. Moved up into midfield sometimes, played that inverted. And for me, he was just clearly ahead of Dunk, who plays for Brighton. I think he's a really good centre back. And Thomas Partey, who at one point was maybe the second best CDM in the league. So, give it to Stones right now, and you can see it's a lot of center backs. Moving on to number 6, and this is where some people might think it's some bias, but for me, it's Lisandro Martinez. The other number 6s, I don't think are at his level in terms of distribution, just the week-to-week quality that he brings. We have Gabriel M, so the center back for Arsenal, and Thiago Silva, the center back for Chelsea. Gabriel M is close, but Saliba is better, and I think Leach is better as well. So that's just me. Okay, finally moving to the attacking players. Number 7, there was only one choice. That's Starboy, Bukayo. Yeah, there's nobody else that could go into that position for the number 7. And then the backups, actually, this might be the one with the most quality. So I went Raheem Sterling and Son Heung-min, but you have plenty of options scattered around there that could have went with the number 7. So for that one, I definitely want to see what other choices you'd give, but those two are the more established names that produce, phenomenal seasons. So I'd go with them because they would start from my side. Number 8, my captain has to go in the number 8 slot, and that's Bruno. Um, Probably just all around the best attacking midfielder in the Premier League, all around. That's when KDB's healthy, then whatever. But he barely pipped Odegaard there, so it's one of those where you could flip flop for the age, and for also captain in Arsenal and what he does. And for the result last week, definitely can't see him getting the number 8 spot, but I definitely give it to Bruno. And then the runner up for both of them, I'd give it to Enzo. It's not just price tag; he has real quality there. I just think he's in a terrible team with Chelsea, so throw that in there. There are some other options as well for that, but I don't think it's as contested as the number 7 spot. Number 9s, come on, robot, Haaland. We're not even gonna talk about that. But the backups, I would give Gabriel Jesus. I think when he's healthy, he's probably one of the most dynamic, if not the most dynamic, number 9 in the Prem. And Callum Wilson, for a man that gets rotated so often with his goal contributions are high. It was from when he was at Bournemouth, and it continues now with Newcastle. It's just he's not the first name on the team sheet. They spend a lot of money on Isaac, and Isaac is a lot more versatile. That would be funny if they both were at different teams were in the same number. I don't know if I would have went Isaac over Wilson there either, but on my side. Number 10, come on, MBE, Mr. Rashford. Clear choice there for the number 10. But this was probably the most disappointing for me as a man who I watch football from the 90s. Like, the number 10 has fallen way, way off. Like, it used to be that coveted, on your back, and you're like, yo, it's the man, one of the best players on the team, the Modric, you know what I mean? But no, other than Rashford, I went Maddison and Partey. Now, 2 months ago, it would have been Kane and Rashford would have been in the backup. But Maddison and Paqueta, I'm sorry, I said Partey. But, and Paqueta is like, But some of the choices, especially for the teams in the Big Six, so-called, we have Modric, or Mudryk, or whatever you want to call him. ESR, who I think he maybe have 3 games for Arsenal over the past year. You know what I mean? Jack Grealish, I hate his ball game. He annoying. It's just not great choices. And McAllister at Liverpool, so it was, the quality of the number 10, I thought it would have been better, but no, it wasn't there. And then lastly, for the number 11, the Prophet, Mohamed Salah, undisputed until he leaves the league. Probably why I won't do too many of these lists going forward, because some of these players, in terms of until they leave, there's no one else that can really contest their ownership of being the best with that jersey number. Backups for him, I went Martinelli. I really love Martinelli, another player that probably, I can't start from my side. He couldn't start over Rashford, but he's a really, really good player. Underrated. And then on another one is Watkins. Maybe in a season or two, we might say Hoyland, but right now, definitely Ollie Watkins. And then we're going to take a look. Finally, here is the formation I went with, because I have, 5 center backs. So, invert, for me, play 3 at the back. Invert Stones, invert Licha. Play the Bruno, Saka, MBE, and then Haaland and Salah up front. Let me know what you think again in the comment section below. Again, any players that you would swap, any of the backups that you think should start. Maybe I could get a better balance, but I think a team I could work still. Yeah. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, please like, comment, share the thing. WhatsApp, Thread, Twitter, IG, wherever. And drop your formations, or as I say, your substitute players in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching. One Aim Sports. Peace.